When you have power, people will always try to take it from you, always.
Nothing can break me down. I'm the man.
Are you even more ruthless than you used to be?
Right at the top. But I take a stand. Who's the man?
Like both of you to come try out for us.
I love that, man.
It's all fake anyway, isn't it?
We can make this work.
Hot damn.
Don't say what you can say and say what you can't say.
All right, get in together, so get tight, airtight. All
Air
right.
Jordan.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
Okay.
What are we doing?
Vice, the movie.
Yes.
Didn't know much about it. Thought it was excellent acting. Christian Bale was unbelievable. Steve Carell was great. The whole cast was on point. The makeup was done so well. I just liked how the story went and how they added music to it, and they did a lot of, they showed, a lot of actual footage, and it kind of like, it's kind of sad to see that because it happened years ago, but I thought it was really good. It was very good. I liked it. So that's my opinion on that.
Awesome.
What do you give it?
Oh, give it 85.
Awesome. That's pretty good.
Vice. This was a movie about Dick Cheney, but I think it was actually a movie about the people,
What people?
the American people.
Okay.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adam McKay and company dropped the hammer.
They dropped it here.
Yeah, I think if you are a,
You can speak louder.
I don't know, if you're on the left, if you're a Democrat, or if you just don't like Dick Cheney, you're going to feel very satisfied with this movie. If you didn't like the Iraq War, if you anything during the Cheney administration, as the movie points out, you're going to be very satisfied with this movie. If you're a Republican, if you're on the right, you're just going to say it was a shot, at entertainment. I don't think that it's designed to be evidence in a court of law. I think it's designed to have you think, and it did that, and it did it in a very entertaining way. It was funny at times. It was poignant at times. It was definitely from a very specific point of view, and you got to know that going in. But it was great. I mean, I give it a 93.
Boom. Anything you didn't like? Because you gave it a 93. I mean, it's probably very little, but.
Yeah, it is very little. It's weird to say in that movie, but I would have liked to seen it go a little further.
Yeah.
A little bit further. From that time period, that's the most vindication you're ever going to get.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So, it's interesting what you said. It's not a movie about Dick Cheney, but a movie about the people, us, the people being us, like the American people. And I was thinking while I was watching this, I was like, man, I'm loving this. This is great. Blah, blah. And I'm saying, I started thinking about art and like how we interact with art and what art speaks to us. It's like, it's our projection. It's like, it's not what the art is, it's what we're bringing to it almost. It seems like to me to like bring my own perception, my own feelings and thoughts about what this is or how it pertains to me. So it was an interesting thing. I'm like watching this thing, and I loved it. And I loved it for a number of things. One of the things is like, this is a movie that says, why not? Not like, this is not how we usually do movies. This isn't blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, we're gonna run the credits in the middle of the movie. What? Really? We're gonna stop the movie and do like some Shakespeare really quickly. And I want to find out what that was. Like, did they write that sonnet, or is it a famous sonnet? And maybe in saying this, you're gonna be like, you idiot, of course, it's this one. But whatever, it was awesome to see Amy Adams and Christian Bale doing Shakespeare in the middle of this movie. It was like interesting, like the way because it's just very similar to Big Short for me, because the way he explains what's going on, it's almost like he wants to educate you but keep you entertained at the same time. And like, I appreciate that. Like, I love that. Like, I love learning from the art that I'm seeing. And while I knew a lot about this and about what they were doing, I think I was still a little bit miffed as to Cheney's motivations. And that was a bit problematic for me. And I ended up sort of laughing at the same things Cheney was laughing at in the movie, and the same thing that Rumsfeld was laughing at in the movie. And I was like, wait, man, they're like making me like this dude. Like, I mean, I know he's like being this like cutthroat, cold-hearted dude, but like, I'm like starting to like have like appreciation for this dude and what he's dealing with, which I didn't want to do. And so, yeah, on one hand, yeah, it's totally liberal, totally, like my political views being, reinforced. But on the other hand, I was like, well, I mean, I could sort of get this guy, I could sort of understand, like his perspective on the thing, even though I didn't get his motivation on things. The cast was sensational. Steve Carell stole the show from me. Like, every time he was on, he would laugh and I would laugh with him. Let's see, what else? Christian Bale, I thought, I'm watching this and I'm like, this is his chance to play the Joker. Like, he's literally playing the Joker. It's like his version, even how he messes with his mouth to do it. And I remember this interview that they did with Christian Bale about Dark Knight, where he's like, I always felt like I got upstaged by Heath Ledger. Like, he committed fully. Like, I thought I was doing something good, but when I watch it, I see his commitment. And I'm like, this is Christian Bale's chance to play the Joker. And Dick Cheney's the closest thing we got to the Joker. I mean, this guy took over, and then Bush just, is there any more ways to say that Bush is dumb? I mean, we've said it over and over in our society, and this brings it up a whole other level again. The same thing, is Cheney evil? This brings it up a whole other way. Cheney's evil. Yet the movie was cohesive. I mean, at certain points I was like, oh, it's getting long. And then other points I was like, I don't want this thing to end. I just want to keep seeing stuff. I want them to explain more stuff in this way. And just the movie touches things that are so hard to be with as a person, like the death and like the carnage, that it's like I had to just push it aside. Well, like when they say that 600,000 civilians were killed in Iraq, it's like, and how there's a portion in the movie where Bush is giving a speech, they go to he's nervous, so he's tapping his foot, and then they go to a family in Iraq, and the guy is tapping his foot. And while it's heavy-handed and very melodramatic, it really puts some perspective on the things we deal with. And even the scene where they're saying, they're explaining to us how they're giving the president all these powers at a restaurant. I mean, it's just like ridiculous. The ridiculous nature of what transpired in our country and how Dick Cheney sort of manipulated Bush and the powers that be. Anyway, so you got to see it. I mean, I would definitely see it. I'm going to give it like an 89. And I was going to give it an 87, but I gave The Big Short. I think I gave The Big Short an 87. And later I was like, that was my favorite movie of the year. And I have a feeling that when I start to really put all the things into perspective, this is going to elevate. So I'm just going to give it an 89 just to get out ahead of the game here for myself. And yeah, you should totally see it. All right, well, I love you. Thanks for watching this, and come do a review with me. Come be famous. Like an image for like when we do the, cause like.
Should I do my Rumsfeld face?
That's your Rumsfeld? All right. Just hold that smile. Hold it. Hold it. Keep it. Uh-huh. Yes. 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 All right, good. Yeah. All right.
Okay.